an updated deck tech of Animar. Animar is a 1/1 for a red, a green, and a blue. He has protection from white and black, which is relevant, very, very relevant. When you cast a creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on him. Creature spells cost 1 less for each counter on Animar. The deck is pretty much just a bunch of giant things that hit you in the face very fast. So let's get started. Hey guys, it's MTG Ducks for Fun here. Wanted to show you my updated Animar list. I played him at my shop, won like every game I played with him, and people kept getting mad because I just combo off. So they said your assignment is to make an Animar deck that can win without super comboing off infinitely and doing all that crap, and I did it. We're gonna go through it now. Alright. For basics, we're gonna go through the land here. For basics, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 forests. 1, 2, 3 mountains. I have plenty of ways to get red. Even some of the creatures have red. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 islands, and those are all of our basics. The land base hasn't really changed, except I took out a couple artifacts and put in a couple lands instead. For a couple special lands that help me out a little, we have Gemstone Caverns and Temple of the False God. Gemstone, if you start with it in your opening hand and you don't play first, you get to put a luck counter on it, and you get to add, instead of tapping to add 1 colorless, you tap it to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Temple of the False God, Ancient Tomb, with a cost, pretty much. You have to have 5 or more land out. So drop this on turn 5, it's pretty good. I don't really need it, I'm trying to figure out what to put in, but from what I've seen, the Return to Ravnica Shocks are almost all the ones that I need for this deck, so I figured why not. And just some other lands, that's part of the Trinket Mage package. Seat, Artifact land at tap, add a blue. It's pretty good. Now for the last of the non-basic utility lands, we have Mystifying Maze. Exile an attacking creature until end of turn. Reliquary Tower, I took out Spellbook and put this in. Everybody's like, why don't you just have that in? And you have no maximum hand size, tapped out of colorless. Academy Ruins, what do we have for time? Okay. Tap it out of colorless, or tap a blue in it to return an artifact from your graveyard to the top of your library. It's pretty good. Kessig Wolfrun's in there to give Animar Trample, and Tech Edge to get rid of other stuff that I don't like on their field. Get rid of other lands, I should say. Now for color fixing, we have Command Tower, City of Brass, and Grand Coliseum. Just all Grand Coliseum, tapped out or colorless, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, and it deals 1 damage to you, but it comes in tapped, so it's a City of Brass that comes in tapped. And then City of Brass, tap it, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, it deals 1 damage to you, and Command Tower. Obviously, everybody knows what Command Tower does. I actually just picked up 2 more of those because I need them for other decks. I gave up on Kresh and I'm working on 5 color allies now. Kazandu, now this is 2 colors. Kazandu Refugee, I only have 1 of these in here because I can play a land, bounce it back, play it again, gain a life. Play a land, bounce it back, play it again, gain a life. It's just more land. More life gain. Sulphur Falls, Rootbound Crag, and Hinterland Harbor. These are going to come out when I get them, they're going to come out for shocks. And I only run one of these now because they suck and are really slow. Simic Growth Chamber, because green and blue are the most needed colors in this deck. Okay, now I have a tidy package to help Animar come out on turn 1 or 2. We have Tinderwall, a 0/3 for a green, sacrifice it, add 2 red to your mana pool, or pay a red, sack it, deal 2 damage to target creature it blocks. I'm sorry about that. Tinderwall, Wild Cantor, Bird of Paradise. Sorry, that's probably a little too close. Elvish Spirit Guide, Simian Spirit Guide. Those are all ways that I can get Animar out on turn 1, including Lotus Petal. But this is in the next thing I'm going to show you. Remove them from your hand, add a green or a red. Tap and add any color of any mana to your mana pool. 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Sack it, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, and then I already told you what he does. Now you have a small Trinket Mage package here. Lotus Petal, Soul Ring, and Sensei's Divining Top. All of them are pretty big staples. Not much needs to be said. I am looking for more Sensei's because I only have the 1, and I have 3 DH decks put together. Well, 2.5 technically. We've got a Treasure Mage package. I'm going to speed it up a little because we're at 6 minutes already. I've got a Wormcoil Engine, a Duplicant, and a Mirror Battlesphere. Duplicant, exile, bounce, exile, bounce, exile, bounce. Pretty good. He comes out for free most of the time. And then the non-creature... We're at the non-creature spells now. Crystal Shard is definitely an MVP in the deck. Thank you, Command Zone, for your idea. I never really read the card until I saw your video. It's really good, especially with Animar. I'm going to bounce one of my creatures back and then play it again. Or bounce one of their big baddies back. We have Lightning Greaves, and I don't have infinite combo anymore, but I still have to have fun. I have Cloudstone Curio. I mean, bounce a creature. Whenever a non-artifact permanent comes into play, you may return it to your hand. Return another target permanent to your hand that shares a permanent type with it. Manamorphose is just a card draw. And then we have a pretty decent sized counter package for a creature-based deck. We have a Spell Snare, we have a Counter Spell, a Dissipate, a Spell Crumple, a Hinder, and a Rewind. Pretty much because my shop has been building a lot of ways to get around his Pro White and Black, so I kind of need a way to, well, stop them from doing that. We have 2 deck manipulation spells. We have Brainstorm and Ponder. And then we have a tutor. We only have 1 tutor in here because I can't find a worldly tutor or anything like that because nobody wants to trade them away. Anyways, search for an artifact. It's usually Cloudstone Curio or one of the creatures. Temporal Fisher. This card. Return a permanent to its owner's hand for 5, sorry, with Storm. Now, I don't have the ability to combo off anymore as well now, but I do, however, still get to bounce a crap ton of their stuff back to their hand. So, really good card. I think I'm going to have to break this into 2 parts. So yeah, I'll go over the rest of the stuff and then we'll go to the creatures. We have Birthing Pod because getting utility creatures out in this deck is really key. Lurking Predators. In multiplayer matches, this just gets insane in a creature-based deck. Beast Within, some removal of my own. And I put Ancient Grudge in here because a guy at my shop plays Kozilek and he runs Ward of Bones. And when I have like 20 creatures on the field and my only artifact destruction is creatures, it screws me over pretty bad. Yeah, so I'm gonna break this into two parts now because we're not gonna have enough time to really go over anything else. So I'll put a link to part two in the description.